One of Portland's greatest living artists is still painting at age 84 from his Northeast Portland home. Arvie Smith's work has appeared all over the city, from the walls of the Portland Art Museum to giant street murals. He's also been featured at the Nelson Mandela Estate in South Africa, and this spring at the prestigious 2022 Venice Art Biennale. 6 decades into his career, he's still painting in vibrant color about racial injustice, and his canvases just keep getting bigger.
Everything in this world tells me I'm inferior. People see black people in a negative way because of these stereotypes, and it's still propagated in the media, in your movies. And this influences how the world sees us and how we see ourselves. My name is Arvie Smith, and I'm an artist. I'm a retired professor from Pacific Northwest College of Art. I've been working as an artist for all my life, among other things. I was born in Houston, Texas, and my parents separated, divorced when I was about 3 years old. And my brother, my sister, and myself went to live with my grandparents and my great-grandmother in Roganville, Texas. My great-grandmother was born a slave, and so I had a chance to actually interact with someone who had had that experience. In high school, I was the artist, and I thought I was going to get a scholarship to an art school, but they don't give scholarships in ghetto schools. So I went on my own, but I was very ill prepared. And I got as far as the receptionist, and the receptionist looked at me and she said, "We don't need your kind here." And I didn't know what to do with that. I had been living in communes. When I left LA, I went up to Haight-Ashbury, stayed up there for a while, and then I decided, well, I'm running out of money, it's time to find a job. I got a job at a residential treatment center for juvenile delinquent boys. And I met this lady, Julie Kern, and I said, she's kind of cute. That was the beginning of my moving on. Because Julie said, "Oh, you're an artist, you're good. Why don't you just quit this job and go to art school?" I said, "Hey, that's a good idea." And so that's what I did. What I want to do is I kind of suck people in with the bright colors, and there's usually some kind of humor. And one of the humorous things is those black stereotypes. Everybody laughs at. They don't know that Felix the Cat was a black stereotype. They don't know that Mickey Mouse was a black stereotype. It's just funny. I put those figures, those symbols, those images into my paintings, kind of as funny, but what I'm really doing is flipping the switch. People can interpret it better than I can paint it. So I let people bring their own frame of reference to the piece, and I'm not shouting at them, I hope. It hasn't been easy for me, but it hasn't been all that tough either, you know. If I had not gone to art school, if Julie had not said, "Hey, quit this job and go to school," I don't know how it would be. Would I still be working at, low-level jobs leading nowhere? We need to know our history. If we don't know our history, things will snowball over again. I try to use that to make people think. What is it about this that will open a dialogue? What is it about this work that people are going to say, "What is this guy talking about?" And that's what I'm trying to do.